Mm-mm-mm. He's a big boy. Wow. Anyway, I hope anyone who's crossing paths with this video is going to have a great day, a blessed day. Enjoy the weather. It is really, really nice out, and I hope it stays like that because usually in the morning it's still kind of nice and cool until the freaking afternoon comes and then it gets hot. But since we're almost at the end of summer, I hope the cool weather stays for a bit. Anyway, I am showing the Thor from Thor Dark World by Marvel Select. I got this figure years ago. I threw out the box because those boxes from Marvel Select, they're kind of cumbersome and they take up a lot of space. So the second I opened up the box, I just threw it out. Anyway, I'm gonna take this guy off. He is actually the only live action Thor that I have from Marvel Select. And I gotta say that the likeness is really good based on Chris Hemsworth. Really, really nice. He doesn't come with much. He just comes with his hammer and he comes with this display base that I think it connects with the Jane Foster Marvel Select figure. I didn't get her. It's been years. So I'm not sure I will at this point. I might shock myself one day and get it, but it's definitely not on my priority of things to get. It's not a bad display base. I don't think there's a peg for him to stand on. Just a little grooves to connect the second half. It's not bad. I like it. But he is so cool. The movie that this figure is based on, it was alright, but I definitely preferred the first one, and it definitely enjoyed Thor Ragnarok. I'm not going to talk much about the last one. It just sucks that I might get a wired cape because the plastic capes are very heavy. Oh, since this figure is old, and the one thing I don't like about hard plastic, which is why I still prefer Marvel Legends Hasbro, this piece broke. He took a tumble from my shelf, and I couldn't find the piece. Otherwise, I would have glued it back. I like the plastic that's used on the action figure itself because it's kind of reminiscent of, I guess, the plastic that's used for the Marvel Legends figures. And he's got, I don't want to force it. I think he's got double jointed knees. I think. I'm not going to mess around with that because he is at least 8 years old, maybe. The one thing about Marvel Select figures that I do like is the attention to detail with their figures, at least with most of them. Oh, wait a minute. I think did the color come out on this one? No. It's like that little chain link. And it's got like some dark spots on the cape to give it a little bit of a wash. Really, really cool. Yeah, one of the downsides to the Marvel Select figures, which reminded me a lot of DC Direct, is that you could not build teams with those figures as nice as they are. Even down, I mean, the height. He must be about 8 inches, maybe? Because he's really, really, I think he's even taller than the Sergeant Rock. And I think Sergeant Rock is the tallest from the McFarlane figures. And he's taller than that. It's pretty easy to stand. It does have a bit of a crunch, but Marvel Select, they're not really known for posing their figures. They're sort of like NECA and DC Direct, for that matter, in that respect. But the likeness on Chris Hemsworth, I'm really pleasantly surprised. They did, wow. They did great on the hair. I don't think, no, these are not double jointed. These are, yeah, they're not really well known for their posing. And you wouldn't want to do that anyway, in fear of having a limb snap off. That happened to my Spider-Man, the one I got many, many years ago from Marvel Select. I think his hand broke off the peg, and I was like, oh yikes, never again. But the likeness is so good. You expect like hot toys, you know, because they're expensive, but when it comes to these mass market figures, is Marvel Select considered a little bit more high level compared to Marvel Legends? Yeah, because you can't buy Marvel Select at Walmart or Target. You have to get those Marvel Selects at comic book shops. So I think they're a little more high end. But the first Thor figure that came out from his first movie, the likeness to him wasn't that great, but they really did great with this guy, which is why I picked him up. I almost hit my phone. He's awesome. I'm going to do a little size comparison with one of my tall figures from McFarlane. And I think it would make sense for me to bring her out because look how tall he is. And not that I'm a size queen, because I'm not, but he's really, really huge. I heard that. Somebody said that's what she said. Who was it? Silent Collector? Eric? Rude. But, yeah, he's one of the tallest Marvel Select figures that I do have. And he fits perfectly well with Wonder Woman. Don't fall, Wonder Woman. They look great together. We don't need Jane Foster. So cool, though. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. I hope my brother Eric, Silent Collector, Ventra, Joshua, all you guys, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please spend time with your family. It's really important to do that because life is really, really short. Oh, and Kyle, forgot to mention. Hope you guys are doing great. As far as movies, I'm not sure. Oh, darn it. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but The Institute on MGM, if you have that streaming service, all the episodes already came out. So if you can get like a 7-day free trial, that show is so good based on the Stephen King story. There's a connection between that and Firestarter, based off the book that was a 1984 movie with Drew Barrymore. So there's a bit of a connection there. Great show. Really great. And it was actually renewed for a second season because it did well for MGM. So I'm actually thinking of getting that streaming service next year once the second season comes out. But anyway, my peoples, I hope you guys are safe, sound. Have a good day, and don't let nobody get on your nerves, especially on the internet. Anyway, love you guys. Peace.